Hello, welcome. Helen Davis here from Blended Therapy with today's morning meditation. Yesterday, I was talking about a quote from Patanjali's Yoga Sutras about the importance of cultivating indifference in the face of people whose behaviour we feel is not as we would have it. And that's led me to this morning. It's brought me back to somewhere I was a couple of weeks ago, actually, on a Friday morning. And also via a post that a fellow hypnotherapist shared, Canadian hypnotherapist shared this morning, which I will share myself later on from her, in which I'm going to read you the first line. She said, "Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to release your attachment to other people seeing your perspective." And that really hit home, dropped in for me. And I realised that a lot of my personal anxiety, discomfort around everything that's going on at the moment, all the different narratives that are being expounded, many of which are in contradiction to each other. For me, a lot of it comes back, as I've mentioned before, to a need to feel that I know what the answer is. And of course, I don't need to know what the answer is. I just need to know what I'm doing. Not even what I believe, what I'm doing, who I am, where I am today. And if I'm somebody who feels moved to share what I consider to be the true narrative, then that's fine. But if not, I can be just. In fact, if I'm not moved to do that, there's a nice down-faced dog from Muppet there. If I'm not moved to do that, then I'm more help simply being. Coming back each time to making my little corner of the world as good a place as I can do, even if that simply means by spending more time on my mat meditating, by teaching people, in my case, teaching yoga, by working with clients. And even if you are completely isolated at home, just being the best person that you can be day to day is making your own corner of the world a better place. And all of these things have come together to me and brought me back to where I was 2 weeks ago on a Friday morning when I was sitting here feeling moved to chant. So this morning I'm going to come back to chanting, and to the same chant as last time, asato. As with the breathing practice, it's really good to stick with something for a little bit of time, not to jump from one thing to another, to give something time to bed in. So I'm going to use the same chant today, and it's one that's I've been very drawn to during this whole period of lockdown. So I'll give you an interpretation of the words. I've just realised I haven't got it in front of me, so I need to just find that. That was very ill-prepared, wasn't it? Actually, no, I know it. I'm panicking. There you go. I'm panicking. I know it. So I'll give you an interpretation of the words, and then I'm going to chant the Sanskrit 3 times. And then we will sit silently together, tuning into our own breath, seeing where that takes us, where the sound has taken us. If you know the words or you are getting a feel for it, then obviously feel free to join in. Or you can just allow the sound to wash over you. And then we'll sit together in silence. And before we close, I will again chant the same verses 3 times over. So, an interpretation of Sanskrit. Lead us from truth. Let's start again. Lead us from untruth to truth. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from the transient to the eternal. And depending on where you are today, this is also the end of the full moon period, which is a time for releasing. You may be grieving. You may be feeling particularly stressed or anxious today. This is an opportunity. For me, this chant is an opportunity to move through that, to ask for guidance from inside, from outside, to bring us to a place of peace. So as always, I invite you to find your connection to the ground, whether you're on the floor or on a chair, or whatever position you're in. Feel your feet connecting to the ground, your sitting bones resting down if you're sitting. Allow your spine to start to be supported from underneath, even if you're resting your back against something. So that your spine maybe starts to feel like you're creating a little bit of space between each vertebra. Just a tiny little bit of movement, a little bit of space, and the spine can lift a little, the shoulders can release, and the head can simply rest on the spine. Om asato sadgamaya. Om tamaso jyottirgamaya. Om mrtyorma amrtam gamaya. Om asato sadgamaya. Om tamaso jyottirgamaya. Om mrtyorma amrtam gamaya. Om asato sadgamaya. Om tamaso jyottirgamaya. Om mrtyorma amrtam gamaya. Om asato ma sadgamaya. Om tamaso ma jyottirgamaya. Om mrtyorma amrtam gamaya. Om asato ma sadgamaya. Om tamaso ma jyottirgamaya. Om mrtyorma amrtam gamaya. Om asato ma sadgamaya. Om tamaso ma jyottirgamaya. Om mrtyorma amrtam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you on Monday. And do let me know if you would like more chanting occasionally. I'm thinking of maybe doing this on a Friday, if that appeals. See you next week.